I have a big stack of flying geese blocks here ready to trim. So I'm just going to get to it. I'm going to start trimming all these up. It's so funny because as I started sewing all of these together, I was thinking about all of the unfinished projects I have. And I think it was 2 years ago I did a video where I shared exactly how many unfinished quilt projects that I have. And I think it was around 70 something. Yes, 70 something unfinished projects. And I will share a link to that video in the description below if you want to check it out. But I got a lot of those projects completed that year. That was one of my goals for that year. And even though I got all those done, I think I probably have even more projects right now that are unfinished. And I was thinking to myself, why is it that I don't complete all of my projects? I mean, I don't honestly understand why that is such a hard thing for me to do. And I don't mean hard, but like I have all the stuff to finish them. So I don't know what kind of block I have that makes it where I don't finish them, because honestly, I'm looking at 2 quilts right now that are finished except for the binding. All I need is the binding on them. And then I have a quilt nearby that has most of the binding sewn on and just a little bit that needs to get completed on it. So it's really interesting to me how I get in that place where I have all these projects that are so close to being done, but just aren't done. And I really do wish I had that personality where I finish something completely and then start the next project. I really, really do. It would be so much easier if that was something I can do. So I was thinking about it and I was like, why do I think I don't finish them? And so for the quilt that has just a little bit of binding I need to finish on it, I misread the lace for that binding, and the spool had, I think, 4 yards instead of 6 or something like that. And so I didn't have enough of the lace to finish that quilt. And so for the video I was doing, I did what I could on that quilt and shared the part of the binding that had the lace, and was just like, okay, next time I go to the store, I'll get more of the lace and I'll finish it then. And I did get the lace. It's sitting next to the quilt, but I haven't actually put it on yet. I think that if I'm working on something and something comes up where I can't finish it right then when I'm in the groove, then I move on to something else, and that takes all of my focus, and my focus doesn't want to go back to something that I partially finished, because I'm kind of out of that zone. Like, even though I still like the project, like this one here, I still think it's going to turn out to be a beautiful quilt. I'm not in that zone anymore. I moved on to something else. And it's really hard for me to go back and work on something that I sort of moved away from and moved on to something else. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you have a lot of unfinished projects. Not even if it's a lot like I have, but what is it that keeps you from finishing the project that you know you'll like when it's finished, but you just can't get there to where you want to work on it? I don't know. It's so strange. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I just have so many of these projects that really just need to get finished. So hopefully this month when I focus on them, I can get a nice dent in them. If you've been working on one of your unfinished projects along with me, I would love to know in the comments how you're doing, what's keeping you focused, how far along you've got with them. I would love to know, because I really need motivation to keep on with this, because it's only been a few days and I'm already thinking about another quilt that I want to work on. So I don't want to get off track. I want to be able to, at the very least, get the binding on those quilts that I talked about, get this quilt top finished, and get the one that's similar to this, the same pattern, different background. I want to get that one quilted and hopefully bound too. It's a lot to get done in 1 month, but I think I can do it. Trimming these is kind of really cathartic, because you can just get in a zone and get it all done. That's why I kind of like getting a lot of them ready to trim. It's kind of like, I don't love paper piecing, but foundation paper piecing, it's the same way, where you kind of have this mess that doesn't look perfect, and then once you trim it all up, you can see it come together. That's how I feel like with trimming these down. They look kind of a little bit wonky and messy, but once you get them trimmed, they're just so pretty. I love flying geese blocks. I love half square triangles too, but once I figured out how to make really nice flying geese blocks, I love all the different patterns and designs you can get with them. Just have a few more of these. Goodness, I'm going to have so many of these trims now. This will be all of the large flying geese all finished. I still have 3 more sizes to go. I've heard from a lot of people too that one of the things that keeps them from finishing projects is it gets to a part in the process that they don't really love. So for me, I know a lot of my quilt tops aren't finished because I don't love basting them. I did get a long arm, so I have, I think, 3 quilts that I have paired up with backing and batting and are ready to just go on the long arm and get finished. So hopefully I'll do that soon, but goodness, basting quilts is just so exhausting. So that is one of the reasons a lot of mine are piled up, but maybe there's a point in the process for you that you don't love. I know a lot of people don't love doing this, like trimming down blocks. I love it. I think it's just, I don't know, it's kind of relaxing, but what point is it for you in the whole process that maybe isn't your favorite, that kind of puts a block in there where you want to go on to a different project because you can work on your favorite part of quilting? I have 2 more left after this one. Hopefully you worked on a step in one of your unfinished quilts while I trim these up. So these are all 6.5 by 3.5 inch flying geese. This is my last one, and they'll all be ready to go and sewn into quilt blocks. There we go. That was the last one. I got my whole stack trimmed up. I'm going to go put it on the tray with the rest of them and be ready to go when I get more of the different sizes ready to go, and be able to bring this quilt top together hopefully this month. All right, I hope you got some of your sewing done along with me, and I hope that you're getting some of your unfinished projects done, or maybe just having fun working on the current project you're working on along with me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.